Hey, how's it going guys? It's Fish here and welcome back to some more Warhammer 2 Total War custom map battles. And we are back with a pretty interesting one. This is the Tower of Witchcraft. I'll go ahead and link it down below in the description so you guys can check it out. And today we have a mighty high elf army being led forth by Tyrion himself, ready to overthrow this fortress. Now this fortress is just pretty much one big choke point, at least all the way up to its walls. However, you know, fortresses aren't supposed to be easy to take, so the fact that this is a fortress and this is a big choke point is going to make for an interesting battle and mean that the high elves really have to try something spectacular to manage themselves to actually break through these defenses. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can manage, and I'm also seeing what the dark elves can do to actually defend this, as they already have a pretty nice setup ready at the gate to overwhelm. So let's go and look at through some of the like memorable units and some of the interesting parts of the map. One of the really interesting parts of the map is this overlook right here. As the high elves do make their way up the long road, they're going to have a really easy task of shooting them to pieces, and it's going to be up to the high elves to use their creatures, to use their dragons and phoenixes and all that lovely stuff to hit this as hard as they can. Because once these repeater bolt throws start firing, it's not going to stop until they manage to get something up here. And we also really like the detail in the map, how you just have like these bodies scattered across the battlements. I think that looks really, really cool. Then as we go to the walls themselves, I think we basically just got some of these shades up here with shields, and these guys are again going to be hammering the formation. But I mean, already, look at the range on these artillery pieces. It's already pretty crazy that the high elves are already getting hit by this artillery. Especially with some vortex spells and stuff like that, it's going to be gross. Then as we make our way back, we obviously have just some normal dread spears at the walls, and then we also have some of these witch guard as well. We are using several mods which include high elf and dark elf unit packs. I'll leave all the links down below in the description. Then we have some black guard of Nagaron, and we also have some more dark shards. Then as we finally make our way up to like the last little stand, which is pretty cool here, we do have some more of the witch guard with spears, and then obviously some more black guard, and we're going to be holding this final capture point, which is all the way up here. Again, looks really cool, and there's even like a seat as well up here, a throne room I should say. I mean, that just looks really, really nice, I'm not going to lie, as we take a look at the full fortress. Like, that is pretty cool, and I can't wait to see how the high elves do tackle it. So if we look at some of the interesting units for the high elves, we have obviously a lot of dragons. We also have a dragon mage as well, or a princess, sorry, on a moon dragon, or a star dragon. I'm not sure what one's what. We also have some sword masters leading the charge, which is very interesting. More sword masters, obviously lots of phoenix guard. I think we also have some dragon princes of Calador as well. That's like a special unit they've added in with the mods we're using. Lots of, oh, my frame rate does not like that whatsoever. You know, we've got thousands of units so clumped up. I mean, the nice thing as well here is we do have a lot of high elf units. That's the thing, you know, this is only like kind of like the first initial wave. We still have plenty more to go, and that looks beautiful there. That looks really interesting. And this is also one of the things I'm kind of so like, what are you doing here with sieges, you know? This is a really simple siege. And why couldn't they have created maps like this, you know? Instead of just plain kind of flat terrain-esque maps, like, they could have easily have created something like this. And it's kind of so sad that they didn't. You know, and it's up to modders to actually make something as beautiful as this. So I can't imagine this is so hard for the AI to understand. There's one road up, and you have the walls, and they've got like defensive positions overlooking it. Even got some artillery coming in. I imagine there's some magic as well. Yeah, what the hell is this? Is this like a special tower? I guess it is. Wow, that's so cool. This is like a special tower shooting out bolts at the enemy. Oh my lord. I don't understand how. I mean, the balance of power is extremely in the favor of the high elves, and they have 500 more men and obviously a lot more quality, but this is going to be a hard fight for sure. Let's go ahead and just really start getting this battle started. So they're immediately going to be smashing down this gate with the phoenixes, which is a smart move, because opening up this gate will then allow them to just immediately funnel troops through the gates and kind of stop their way from, like, stop the amount of time they're going to have to spend in this uber choke point, which they currently have to spend until this gate does go down. So moving up these phoenixes is a really smart move. They're actually going to retreat back. I imagine they are taking a lot of damage. And they didn't even get much damage off on the gate. Wow, that's going to send them back to whence they came. The artillery still coming in from that awesome tower. God, the modders never failed to surprise me with the stuff they can create. I think it was Frodo who managed to actually make the towers shoot out fire like Iron Drake-esque weapons in Warhammer 1. And that's so awesome. This is obviously a questionable decision to throw up these Phoenix Guard, you know, into the front line straight away. They're an extremely expensive unit, and at the moment they're getting ripped apart by this. This is like D-Day right now. as the soldiers come off the boat. This is the Phoenix Guard having to charge forward and just get destroyed. So many arrows coming in and finding a perfect notch in the arm of them to pierce. I mean, all they have to do is get up here and... Guys, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't get stuck on the beaches. You need to continue making your way up. More reinforcements are coming up. More Phoenix Guard. These are the Phoenix Guard with swords and shields. I know that's not obviously lore friendly, but, you know, it's always interesting to mix this up a little bit with some fun and exciting units. These Phoenix Guard, what are they doing? They're just standing still. Guys, you need to make your way up here and get these ladders up there. I mean, even if you can make the argument they're here just to absorb ammunition, but there's just no need for it. You guys need to make your way to these walls, and I don't know what they're doing right now, just sitting by, and they need to, like, time is of the essence. We also have the Murderous Prowess as well. I mean, ideally they haven't really killed too many men at the moment, but another Blade Storm going down. These High Elves need to get their way to these walls and get these ladders up as soon as possible. I really am unsure of what's happening. I mean, unless the walls are glitched, then they can't actually get up here. But I don't think that is the case. I mean, maybe it is. I guess we'll find out. Maybe it is glitched. No, we've got another banishment spell right here. The High Elves are struggling to break past this first layer of defense. And I'm so clueless to why there aren't ladders going up at the walls. Maybe they are glitched out right now and you can't use them, but that doesn't make any sense to me because the infantry are all up here. And this entire time we just have the crossbowmen. I mean, I wonder how many kills these guys are on now. Already 26, these guys already 2. I guess that's not too many, but they're definitely doing a lot of HP damage. One of the dragons are going to go down though. It's being clustered by these phoenixes. And we're going to see a black dragon going down very quickly. As again, the gate is slowly getting destroyed. We have another Blade Storm back here by Malekith. Again, loads and loads of damage. I mean, there are still plenty of reinforcements still left to come. Maybe they're looking to make a breach in the walls. That could be definitely why they don't want to put ladders up there. Lots of reinforcements, lots of dragons. I mean, all the units back here are still very good. I kind of feel like that these High Elves' swords should have been the first ones in, more than anything else. The dismounted dragon princes as well. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, look at that. Looks beautiful with both the dragons there as well. Does look spectacular. Really does. The arrow fire continuing to come in, but yeah, here we go. Just more and more destruction. They must not be able to put ladders up here. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. So I guess it's going to be focusing down this gate. We even have one of the generals up here as well. Tyrion himself is leading the gate destruction. And these Dread Spears aren't even worried. They're looking completely the other way. This artillery piece is really inaccurate. It's really not finding its mark. I guess I say that, and it does almost find a direct hit on the Dragon Mage. Oh, beautiful vortex spells back here. The flaming skull, and this one, I escaped me what it's called. And also, oh my god, look at the damage right now. They are ruining this gate defense really effectively with all these flame spells, just causing havoc in the back line. A lot of the Phoenixes, though, are getting low. One of the nice things about Murderous Prowess, which quite a few people forget about, is it doesn't matter who... Oh, what a nice Blade Storm as well. Sorry, I have to mention that in the gate. That's going to be slowing up any reinforcements for Tyrion, as he is one of the first ones through. But yeah, one of the things which a lot of people don't realize with Murderous Prowess is not how many men you kill, it's just how many people die. So you can lose a lot of your own units as well, and that will still count towards your Murderous Prowess, which a lot of people don't take into account. So in some cases, losing your own men, like buying a bunch of crappy units just to die, is not always a bad idea to pop that Murderous Prowess. And this missile from the artillery tower right now is doing a lot of damage to their own units. This really needs to be dealt with. Quite a few of the dragons, oh yeah, all the dragons are either clearing out the walls or just overwhelming this line. There are so many dragons right now. This is the war of dragons. The Witch Guard now getting hit by more flaming skulls as they just continue to roam around the battlefield. This is almost a perfect vortex right there. And there's just another skull in the back as well. Their Winds of Magic must be running low right now, but they have definitely done a lot of damage. The balance of power has definitely shifted back so that the Dark Elves have a bit more in favor. The Dark Elves are currently the yellow and the High Elves are the red. So it's kind of gone back. Yeah, they are clawing back the balance of power. It was much more in the favor of the High Elves. I mean, they have so many men still left to push in this battle, which are just ready to go up. Some of the Dark Shards actually either routed through here or are still moving their way up. But I mean, this artillery coming in from the gates themselves. Wow, that is deadly. Like a rapid fire cannon. These gates need to be taken by the high elves right now. As the dragons definitely open this up, and there we go. Murder's prowess has been popped off. It's going to be interesting to see how much damage that the dark elves can do, and I guess you should really be paying attention to this balanced power bar. But I mean, they currently hold the gatehouse, and they need to make sure they continue to hold it. I also love the skulls on the gate itself. It's really cool. So many of these white lions pushing through the gate. This is going to be such a difficult battle, and the gatehouse is starting to go down, and that is so vital if the high elves want to win this, because just look how many tower shots are coming out right now, and each one of them maybe isn't doing a horrific amount of damage, but it's definitely racking up as more and more of the high elves just push up. They even have like a nice little like last reserve right here if they need it, which I don't know if they're ever going to. And again, just more and more men pushing up. It's just a really good looking map, as we do have another banishment as well all the way over here at the gatehouse, doing some really nice damage. I mean, the Winds of Magic in this match has been really influential, I think. And I also think just Winds of Magic in general in Warhammer 2 seems to be so much more, I don't know, so much more important and valuable. You can really rack up a load more kills, I feel, than what you can do in Warhammer 1. Which means I really hope a lot of the lords, which maybe aren't in Warhammer 2, have been buffed. But I think a lot of the laws of magic have actually already in Warhammer 2 in some form. Maybe there's a few I'm missing, but I think the majority of them are in Warhammer 1, or Warhammer 2, sorry. So with Mortal Empires coming out, it's going to be I'm so excited for that. As we do see a few dead dragons right there. There's 2 star dragons dead right there. Another one and 2 moon dragons. Are these moon dragons? I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of the flying creatures are now dying. I mean, the crossbows are coming in heavily. We do have a lot of the high elf artillery finding their mark over here, hitting the back ranks. And this is going to be good news, soften up this kind of like final little stand. I would love to see, I was about to say I'd love to see more of the dark elves fall back, but we have actually seen them fall back a little bit here. And again, these shades are doing their jobs, you know, they're taking out a lot of the men. This little artillery platform over here has also been cleared out. I was just curious if you could make your way up here and round, because it does look like some of the units are up on the stairs, but it doesn't look like you can make your way all the way up here. I think this golden thing does block your access. Yeah, the artillery doing a nice job. Also a net coming off here. The net of Amentok, I think is how you pronounce that. Going to be slowing up Malekith, preventing him from doing a lot of damage, and a really nice Chine Lightning as well. But both Winds of Magic must have been exhausted in this battle, and I'm really happy. Like this for a map which is just one choke point. It's been really interesting because of the way, you know, the high elves have such a big advantage because it's just one big choke point. But they've definitely used their money effectively by spending them on dragons and phoenixes and other stuff that can actually come round behind the wall, and all this magic as well. It's actually been a really exciting battle. So if you guys are enjoying this, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below, as we do have one of the Frost Phoenixes going off against more of the Executioners and the Black Guard. I mean, the High Elves just need to funnel in their defense right now, but they're being held in place really effectively by the Black Guard. I mean, the Black Guard are one of the units which can just hold the line and hold the line, especially with all these dead dragons as well. We do have some Archer Fire, and we do have, you know, we still have plenty of reserves back here for the High Elves. You know, they're moving up their far rear reserve right here. They actually have some, Swordmasters back here, and these guys looking great. I love as well how the High Elves, like, is this a... Look, because one of the things I would love to see, this is Phoenix Guard with shields. I really love their captain unit. One of the things I would really love to see, maybe in Warhammer 3, is being able to put generals into units. You know, like be able to, it's just like an upgrade. Instead of like a mount, you bring an extra 100 Phoenix Guard with him or something like that, you know? Instead of having, like, you know, like these legendary mounts where you do get dragons or something like that, I would love to maybe be able to put Tyrion in an army of Phoenix Guard. Or in a unit of Phoenix Guard, where he's just, you know, he's like still really tanky, but he also has a unit attached to him, which will kind of follow him around, and he'll almost be a part of that. Another net of Amentok going down onto the Dark Elves. I wonder why that is. Maybe the High Elves are going to be trying to break through here. Oh no, a Chain Lightning. And this is good because, one, you're going to catch these shades with greatswords coming in, but also you're going to open up a nice little path where you can throw in more units if you need to. Because, yeah, this is the biggest task right now for the High Elves is just to get their men into the fortress. And I guess you can't get over these walls, otherwise they would be being used right now. That definitely must be the case. I'm sure one of the people who have been playing this has probably already told me in the comments. But it looks like we have like a sunfang maybe going off here. Artillery for both sides. The balance of power has shifted again back into the High Elf favor. And I mean, they have so many men. They have, what, 800 more men? And the artillery is coming in now. It'd be so nice if these walls were working for the High Elves to get their archers up here. Because if they could litter these walls with more and more soldiers, then they could really use that effectively. This is a true Elven grudge match. I definitely think the Dark Elves have done a great job at kind of holding the High Elves at bay. It just looks like they had such a good advantage going into it. But I mean, this battle is definitely not over. As you guys can see, the balance of power is still pretty even overall. And they obviously have more and more choke points left to come. You know, it's not like these guys are out and done for. However, some Sea Guard have managed to make their way through round the back. And this is perfect. The Sea Guard can be hammering these Executioners and whatever else in the back. And that's going to be doing great damage. I love the look of the Sea Guard weapons as well. Their spears are just so awesome. But yeah, this arrow fire coming in is going to be pretty detrimental. I think we're going to see some of the Witch Elves maybe making their way over to try and silence this. But again, maybe not. At the moment, they're just getting hammered by artillery. I'd maybe even contemplate maybe moving some of these units up. We also have another little... Oh, look how high up we are. Holy crap. That is amazing. Look at the battle up here. Look at the battle going down. We are looking from the heavens right now. This tower is amazing. It'd be really interesting as well because there is actually like a little kind of mini fort all the way over here, which obviously you're not using in the battle. It'd be pretty interesting if you could actually kind of have a two-stage fort defense, so that like you have a defense over here, but then you also have to take this. There's just 2 capture points you have to take out. It'd be really interesting. You know, I don't think that's something that anyone's ever done in the Module Workshop. There's normally just been one main settlement. But it'd be interesting in a battle with both the capture points. There's one over in this side, you know, over in this fortress, right here. And there's one over in this fortress. So that'd be a pretty interesting battle, like having to split up your army to take both capture points to win. Or maybe going like full hog for just one fortress and then retreating out and then going for the other one. That could be a really interesting idea. Oh no, we're finally going to start seeing these guys climbing over the wall, Shogun 2 style. So I'm curious if these were broken from the get-go or what. Because they look like they can use them now. Maybe it's just because they've taken the gatehouse so they can now use them. But like why wasn't this used beforehand? The amount of high up casualties going down. You know, having these archers up here, these Sisters of Avalon up here, I think is going to be a killing blow for the forces of the Dark Elf. The balance of power is still pretty even. Some of these Dread Spears who are stuck up here by the looks of it are going to be getting cut down by the Sea Guard. And the Sea Guard, you know, once the Sea Guard can start hitting over here, that's going to be great. No units have made their way up here. And this Frost Phoenix is also getting hit. Pretty low, but still alive. Still alive. This is a Dragon Graveyard right now as well. And it is a grind at the gatehouse. They have slowly made their way through, and I think they've finally managed to break this as we get another shot in from that tower, which has just been constantly shooting. I mean, it's hitting friendlies amongst enemies. It's kind of very unpredictable. I think having this Archer Fire now is going to be game-changing. Now they've taken the walls, and this Archer Fire can just hammer down on the defenders. I think we might be seeing, you know, a clear swing in the balance of power to the High Elves. But the Witch Guard haven't taken too much damage, in fairness. You know, they're low on morale, but their health is pretty high. Are we going to see a mass rout here? No, there's still 5 minutes left. I think the High Elves will still have to push on this, even if some units do rout. This unit of Witch Guard are really close to routing, and maybe if the High Elves can surround them, that'd be a great idea. I really want to see these Dragon Princes in action, though. They're currently just sitting here, you know, just not needed. They've like dressed up all ready for this battle, and they're just like, yeah, we don't have to fight. What's the point? I mean, you know, we live for ages. There's no need to commit to this battle and die. More magic coming up. I imagine we just saw like an Earth Blood right here. going off in front of a lot of these. No, not on these units. I wonder where the Earthblood did come off. But the entire kind of defense out here has been wiped out now by the High Elves. And they can really start to push in their kind of final push now. We do, however, see a nice little formation right here by the Dark Elves. They have these shades with great swords set up in a nice little arc formation. All of them having ammunition left. We have these shades as well of ammunition. And then just one lone Witch Elf or Witch Guard unit of spears holding this entrance. And the archers are going to start opening up, I imagine. Yeah, you guys can see the Seagull. There's not many of them left. Only, what, 20 shots going in at a time. But the 20 shots definitely rack up kills. You know, eventually. You know, they're going to be getting some good shots off. Doing plenty of damage. I can't imagine there's much Winds of Magic left whatsoever. But I think it's now time for the Dragon Princes to maybe make their way up. Yeah, I think we're going to have to see more and more infantry being pushed up. You know, there's just some fresh units of Dragon Princes. We could close out this match along with, what, more of these Swordmasters, Phoenix Guard. We also have more Phoenix Guard. You know, these guys could definitely just run in and end this battle. At the moment, though, they are just being stubborn. They do not want to die this day. And they're going to leave it up to the second wave of forces. As we do have some of the Witch Elves charging up. I'm not sure I like this too much, because they can easily get surrounded and broken. They are going to go in. Obviously, their blood is curdling, and they just want to kill. But as you can see, a lot of units like coming around completely and surrounding them. I think we might just see a rout from these guys, because they're already pretty low. Whereas maybe if they held a front line, they could have done enough to win this and actually hold off and allow the crossbows to do damage. At the moment, though, the crossbows are just pouring in on this noble who is charging him. The noble should be fine against, you know, these are... Oh, actually, there's Blackguard here. I was about to say that it'd be fine against the shards, but... Or the shades. What are they? Shards or shades? Shards, sorry. These are not shades. More infantry coming in. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I feel like the High Elves don't even have to commit their reinforcement forces. A nice little breath attack there, doing a bit of damage, but not really, you know, a lot overall. There's just so many High Elves left remaining as we wrap up this battle. Yeah, 1,800 of them. I mean, granted, there is still 725 Dark Elves, and this crossbow fire is going to be brutal, but they're coming in a lot on these Elven Swordsmen, which all have that shield, you know, extra shield defense against missiles. I mean, what is their shield missile block? Does it not show? Does it say here? I mean, yeah, they have missile resistance as well. 42%. That's huge. And yeah, that's really, really big. Do we have another spell coming off? Really? Or is this a noble spell? Flaming Sword coming off there. That's going to be doing some damage to these guys. Yeah, I think it's literally only a matter of time until the defense has been lost. I mean, this mage tower is still shooting. And the Dragon Princes are walking in. These guys are like, yeah, we did all the work. Let's just march up a little bit more. They're just like, yeah, we kind of did all the work, you know. This was all us. Whereas the rest of the High Elves have definitely bled for this. We do have the Executioners coming up. And again, the amount of archer fire actually coming in from the High Elves now. And they've already set up a lot of their forces is pretty nice, as you see some of these Dark Elves managing to escape. I thought that would be one of the benefits of a choke point battle, is not letting anyone escape. We also have all these archers as well. Going to be volleying in, helping out in the battle. And I imagine more and more units are going to start routing. I think we're not even going to get up to the top of this unit of Executioners. I think they might just rout due to being like the last unit left remaining at the glorious looking throne room. That's just such a cool little feature of the map right there. Yeah, I think only 30 seconds left of a battle. I think we're going to see just army attrition coming in and being too much for the Dark. Yeah, you can see the morale really starting to drop. And I think the Dark Elves we're just going to see straight up routing. There's no question about it that the High Elves have won. And the morale is just going down tremendously. And I think when these two units, everyone else is just going to fall. Yeah, look at that morale just breaking from the Executioners and the High Elves. And there we have it. GG to the High Elves. What an awesome battle that was. That's like one of my favorite custom map battles, I think. You know, it was a one choke point map, but I think it was really, really fun to watch. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And obviously, if you enjoyed this battle, please drop a like and a comment, because it lets me know what you guys want to see next in this epic 3v2. So if we look at the defenders, we can see Malekith 124 kills is very nice, but no one else really racking up a crazy amount of kills yet. These executioners just routed before really even doing much and getting shot to pieces. Then if we look at the other Dark Elf army, again, just not really racking up as many kills as they would like to see on this battlefield. Taking a look at the High Elves, we can see the Mages doing okay. Again, nothing crazy though. No like ridiculous amounts of kills. And here we go. Blue Lotus, his Phoenix Guard with shields, 254 kills. And his other unit, 182. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice. And then finally, Hobbit's army, we can see, again, no one really getting too many kills, but Star Dragon's getting over 100, and obviously Tetless as well, 154.5 is pretty nice indeed. So, as I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. It was really epic. I think this was probably one of my favorite battles on Warhammer 2. Let me know if you guys agree or if you disagree, and also make sure to drop a like on the video. It really helps me out, so thank you guys so much in advance, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one, and fish out.